The first part to go to market is understanding what a channel is and the channel definition. On one side is you as a company, and you are the producer, let's say, of software or product. On the other side is the end user. What we need to figure out is, how do I get a product from here to here? If I decide to go what's called direct, that means you as a company will talk directly to the end user and will transact in some way, shape, or form, but directly between the end user and yourself. Every time you go direct, you have to go directly to a customer and establish a one-to-one relationship with that customer. If I have an intermediary in a channel, typically in the tech world, this might be a channel partner. A channel partner is an entity that helps expose your product to a large number of end users. These may be businesses or end users. A drugstore, as an example, is a channel. So if I'm an aspirin vendor or toothpaste vendor, I don't sell a tube of toothpaste directly to the end user. What I do is I go through a distributor or channel partner, which in that case is a drugstore. In the world of tech, there are dedicated intermediaries, distributors, and channel partners who enable you to sell your product through their distribution mechanisms. The final way to market might be through another distribution partner here called an OEM. An OEM stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. And an OEM is a large company. It might be a company like Amazon, it might be a company like Hewlett-Packard. It's a large manufacturing entity that might also have relationships with channel partners and might also sell direct to end users. So they have multiple levels of relationships. And so as you're thinking about the channel definition, you need to decide which model you want to start with. Many companies will say, well, we're going to go do all of these. And it's impossible to do all of these great at one time. And so you want to have a focal point on which one of these you're going to go to start with, and then you can add over time. Now, one of the things that you want to be careful of is, imagine if I have all of these routes to market to the end user. Look at all the touch points that end user has in terms of buying your product. If I'm selling direct and a channel partner is also selling through here, this is an example of what's called channel conflict, where the end user doesn't really know who to buy from. In effect, you are actually competing against yourself in these deals. Your sales organization or your direct model is competing against the channel partner. It may be then that somebody's got to reduce the price more or offer more services to win that deal. One of the sensitivities here when starting out is to make sure that you have a reduction of that conflict as it starts to materialize at the end user, as your sales organization builds.